What is up, YouTube? Yesterday I recorded a video, or I happened to record a video, where I was talking and the audio quality wasn't very good, so I'm basically going to be rehashing the video that I did yesterday. I have a problem with today's society on just a few things. The first one would be that, well, I don't think our kids are being educated very much today. And I'm pretty sure that a lot of people would agree with me on that. The second thing is about racism. So we'll go into the first topic. Oh, one of my friends is telling me what my own political standpoint is. I'm a libertarian. He's like, "You're not a libertarian. You're an independent." No, I'm a libertarian. Um, well, let me respond to him. Anyway, um, so my problem today is, we'll rehash the first part of this one first here. Why are our kids not being educated? I mean, if you look at Facebook or YouTube or any of the social media sites where you see a lot of younger people on, what do you see? Misspellings, like they don't know grammatical rules of writing and speaking. Um, you could just tell by the way that they're writing, they're not very educated. Now, I have an issue with this because it seems as though, and I'm one of the people that says that we kind of live in a society that's dumbed down. Um, Now, my roommate will see this and he'll go into a public school rant. We're not going to hit that. Um, I don't agree with public schools either, but I believe that there should be some type of regulation on the homeschooling because homeschooling isn't exactly the best. And if you can actually teach them to a certain level, then go ahead and do it. But right now, homeschooling is kind of what we need. I mean, yeah, parents have to work, economy's bad, people can't just stay home all day. So, anyway, um, that's my issue with that. My next issue is I was around town last night or yesterday, and I heard something come out of a little kid's mouth that you wouldn't imagine hearing. Little kid looks at this dude, turns around and says, "You're just a brown hater." Now, what I want to know is, like everybody knows racism exists. I'm not saying to deny that it exists, but why are we teaching this to the kids? Pretty much, by being racism is just pretty much hating anybody because they're not like you. Pretty much, it's what it is. But some people have other attitudes about it, like maybe they got hurt by a person of a certain race or something like that, and now they're so afraid of all of them. But you're pretty much hating on people for reasons that are not valid. Now, to the person that got hurt by a Hispanic or a black person or a white person or whatever, like me saying that is kind of offensive. But the problem is that you're judging an entire race of people based off like ideas that you have that aren't true about everybody. Everybody is different. Everybody is not the same person. Everybody doesn't do the same things, but they're being judged because they're like somebody else, or they're not like you, or they did something and they share an ethnicity with somebody else who hurt you. And that doesn't make any sense to make them pay for that. To me, it doesn't. I mean, I don't know. What I'm saying here is it's a disgusting thing to turn and hate somebody because they're not like you. To turn and want to, bring hatred into the world because somebody did something to you that, and since they share, the same ethnicity as that person, then you have to be afraid of them. You have to reject them because they're like somebody else. I don't get it. Like, I don't get why that's alright. Sorry, my camera went out of focus here. I don't get why we're teaching this to kids. There's no reason ever that I should have ever heard little kids say to an adult, especially, "You're nothing but a brown hater." A brown hater. That's the kind of language. That's the language that this kid used, verbatim, word for word. We want our kids to be exposed to this. We want our kids to grow up and hate people because they think they hate them because of the color of their skin. You know what's messed up? I don't think people realize that when you use a word so much, the word tends to lose its meaning. I mean, I've literally heard people be called racist because they disagree with other people. Really? I mean, that's how far we're going to stretch it? That's how far we're going to make it go? You disagree with me, therefore you're racist? I mean, really? Why don't we stop slinging these words around at every opportunity that we get and start actually using them and how they're supposed to be used? I mean, it's just an idea. You don't have to listen to it. But don't you think that'd be a good idea, though? To not sit there and go, oh, they hate you because of you're black, or you're white, or you're Mexican. I mean, wouldn't that feel good to not always have to be using those words? I know I seem like in the last minute or two I've been doing nothing but repeating myself. And I know that. That's what I'm doing. Like, sometimes if you say something once, people don't get the point. If you say something twice, it adds a little bit of emphasis onto it. I'm trying to add emphasis to it. I'm trying to be like, he's repeating himself. The longer I repeat myself, the more you have to think about what I'm repeating. I mean, the longer you're going to be hearing me say it, and you'll be thinking about it that much more. Why don't we not expose our kids to ugly things like racism and hatred and prejudice and stuff like that? I mean, doesn't that sound like a good idea? Don't you want to have your kids go out and not be afraid to have a white friend or a black friend or a Puerto Rican or a Hispanic friend or a Asian friend or whatever? Like, you really want your kids looking or across the playground, be like, I don't like Susie Q because she's Asian. I don't like Jose over there because he's Spanish. I don't like fucking Trayvon over here because he's black. You know? And yes, I was thinking of the Trayvon Martin case, and that just popped up in my head, so I said Trayvon. But really? I mean, really? Do you want your kids saying that? Or do you want your kids to look at the kid and be like, they may be Asian, but they're human beings, and I should be over there. I should be friends with them. Or they may be Puerto Rican or Hispanic or, whatever. Anything that they are. They may be that, but I want to be their friend. Don't you think that's a better way to look at it? Don't you think that's a much better thing for them to be thinking? I mean, I do. I think it's a great thing for them to be thinking, hey, let's have friends, and let's not require that they all be like me. I guess some people don't see it that way, though. Peace. Subrate comment below. Later. Deuces.